Okay. We are in live. Hello. Hello, everybody. Very tired bards today, unfortunately. Just move my microphone. And have a look at our latest image. Hey Zaidan, how's it going? How are you, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Good to have you here. Thrundix as well. How's it going? Encro, good to have you guys here. Thanks for dropping in. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are less tired than me. It's going to be a bit of a lazy stream today. We'll see how much we get done. But yeah, I think it should be still a good one, I think. We're looking a little at my... This is my FAETOBER image from day... whatever today is. Day 15, 16. So I got Goose, Cook, Greedy. So I've done this kind of kitchen scene, like a bunch of food cooking. I tried to do a bit of like a 17th century kitchen. With some traditional clothing and items and bits and bobs like that. So I think it looks alright. It's kind of turned out okay. For sure. Do an extra layer here, make it a bit darker. It's turned out okay. Crow, it's been nice working on a new creature. Nice. What's your role, Crow? Runix, slept the whole afternoon then? Yes. Guessing that's the aftermath of having a small crying creature at home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually have 2 kids. So my eldest goes to nursery, so it's not too bad. But yeah, my wife and I are kind of just taking it in turns on baby duty. But it's been okay. Yeah, I can't complain too much, to be honest. The newest one is very chill, as is the oldest. So it's not been too bad. And I'm not working at the moment, so it's a bit easier. But yeah, no complaints. I think things are good, for sure. How about you guys? What have you guys been doing this week? To be honest, I'm going to call this one done, I think. I'm quite happy with it. It's a bit messy, a bit choppy, but I think it looks quite good, especially like with all the other ones. So we kind of got all of our Inktober, FAETOBER images here. This is the one we did on stream. What was that? That was Deer, Hatter, Gloomy or Terror, perhaps. I can't remember what that one was. I think it might have been Terror. Gloomy. That was it. Oh, the fireworks outside. This one was Quail, Fire Warden Peaceful. We had Hare, Blacksmith, Gloomy. Sorry, you guys are going to be hearing fireworks outside. I'm not sure why there's fireworks. We had Kestrel, Ranger, Terror, Badger, Artist Joy, which is a very lucky one. Got to do the Bracken Bard, rocking out. Crab, Merchant, Gloomy. So that was a very quick one, but I love his little face. Deer, Dragon Priest, Terror. I think this is my favourite one so far. Put a lot of effort into that one, and a lot of different Different, tried a lot of different lighting with it and everything, and I think it turned out okay. And good to connect it with the one of the acceleration videos, as this one was connected as well, obviously with this crab that keeps getting bullied. And then finally, yeah, Goose Cook Greedy. So how are you guys getting on with your Inktobers? I think I'm fairly sure Riffy has finished her 50%. Sidan, I think you finished yours as well. Throndix and Crow. I can't remember if you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have finished your Inktober or not. I'll have to have a look through them. But obviously everyone who gets to the 50% mark, so 7 images in total, is officially a... Well, I haven't actually decided on the title yet, have we? Maybe we can do that today, because it's on a stalemate on the Inktober page. Between FAETOBER Badger, Frog of FAETOBER, and Dragon of FAETOBER. So we'll see. Throndix, well, I've been working a lot for school because I'm on holidays and at the end of the week, and then we only have 2 weeks until the end of the trimester. So every teacher is just putting out a ton of tests. Oh dear. Test season is always a bit stressful. Well, good luck with your tests, Throndix. 2 weeks left. Laser Crow, the most recent one was the Locust Lord I made. I really like that one. I thought that was a really cool idea with the consumer, the all consumer who one day rise up and eat the world. I really like that one. Throndix, nope, you're missing 2 or 3 for the 7, and then 10 or for the 15. Like I said before, you know, don't worry about finishing all of them. If you want to just get to the 50% mark, I think that's still a great place to finish up. For me, it's just, you know, for my pictures, it's good content, and I kind of use these on my YouTube and stuff, so it's kind of keeping me motivated. Daniel, thanks for dropping in, mate. Hi, how's it going? How are you? We're just talking about some of the FAETOBER stuff. So yeah, I've done how many is that? 3, 6, 8. I've done 8. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 15, 16. So this is number 8. So I need your help for rolling up the next one, I think. Daniel, I've been snacking the challenge. Too busy playing a lot of Frontiers of Pandora. I'm hooked to the game way too much. Do you know, I like Avatar. I kind of like the world. I saw Cryptic Galapagos is playing it a lot. He's done some cool art for it. But I would say, yeah, I might have to get it if it's good. I just honestly at the moment I just play a lot of Helldivers 2, so I don't really play much. Daniel, how does it play? Is it a bit like an open world game, or is it a bit like Far Cry, where you're kind of clearing out camps, or is it more like a linear storyline, or how does it work? Let's go. You got Blacksmith, Crow, Peaceful. Nice. That's perfect for you then. Riffy, hey, thanks for joining us. Just getting started. So I'm going to do a little roll up here to decide what I'm drawing today. So we'll do this. We'll do what we did last time. It's a shame they don't have like a little rolling feature on YouTube for you guys to roll. I think there is one on Discord. In fact, yeah, right. I'm going to quickly roll it up on Discord so you guys can see. So I'll do it on the Inktober page. So I'm gonna, so you guys can see I'm not cheating or anything, and then we can get started on that. So it's roll the dice. So roll 1 D 20. No. Roll d20. Okay, so I'll start with that. Let's have a look. I rolled a 5. 5 is a shrew. I haven't done shrew yet. That's good. Let's write down shrew. Let's try again. Roll. Oops. D6. Oops. D6. Oops. I'll just do one at a time. So we got 2, roll. So sorry, I'm doing this over on the Discord. So I think all of you guys are in the Discord anyway. So roll d6. So 4, so I got 6, which is a merchant, shrew merchant. I've got a lot of merchants. And the last one, roll d6. 1. Joy. Shrew, merchant, joy. Okay. That's not bad. So we'll do that for today. So I got shrew, merchant, joy. Make a square. I've done quite a few different merchant ones. What have I done? I've done the Hatter. I've done the Crab. Maybe that was it actually. Oh, I did the Goose, which was a cook. So maybe not. I rolled up a couple of other merchants, but again, we'll just use one of these ones that we got today. Athletics, yeah, I've done 5 for now, but one thing that really amazes me is that you managed to get both great quantity and quality. Well, I would say a bit of advice for that would just be to have a lot of time, have a lot of free time. I think with the baby and everything arriving, I spent a lot of free time just doing that instead. So I think that was a good way to force myself to at least spend a couple of hours on every image. Like for example, if we look at the deer image, I'm not sure how long that took. I think it took a couple of hours. Canvas information. Okay, so that one took 2 hours and 36 minutes. So I spent quite a long time on it for like a little square image. And even like the video, you can kind of see I did like a preliminary sketch and then sketched it all out and then blocked in the colors. And then like the last kind of hour was me just playing with light the whole time. So I did it kind of like foggy, but I didn't really like that. So it kind of had a halo around them. And then did like a kind of backlight, which didn't really look good. And so I tried to do like a moonlight thing, but I couldn't really figure it out. And then did a bit more fog, and I was like, oh, I could just do like fog at their feet. That would be cool. And then had the idea of the backlighting with the fire, and I think it kind of worked out for the bet. And did like the foreground kind of dark. So I spent quite a long time on it, but mostly on that lighting and stuff. So that seemed like a good way to do it. Daniel, yeah, it's open world. You can clear camps, but it's not necessary to progress in the game. I barely advanced in the story, mainly doing secondary quests. The game has problem though, because it's bugs game. Some bugs I found it really enjoyable. Oh. I almost got gutted by a Polulucan 2 days ago. It was like set up like a horror movie. Yeah, I've heard good things. I think a lot of like movie games are generally pretty rubbish, but I think the world of Avatar, really, I could see it really suiting a game. Obviously with like loads of mounts, loads of different weapon types, and the combat would be really fun, and exploration and stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool. That's a cool roll. Let me get mine. Yeah, I think it should be a pretty good one. Riffy, Moonlight could be a cool one as well. Yeah, I really like the Moonlight one, but I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to get some references, and it just didn't work. I just couldn't find anything good to draw up. All right, we'll start off with a few little thumbnails. I'll just use like a thick brush for this one. Oh, Thrundix, I've seen your roll. You got 10, 1 and a 5 and a 4. What's that? What did you roll? Kestrel, Merchant, Gloomy. And we both got Gloomy. Both got Merchant, sorry. What could be a good one? Do you know what? One of my other rolls is Ladybird, Merchant, Joy, and I've got a good idea for that one. So that's almost identical. So I'm going to cheat here, and I'm going to re-roll my job to try and get something different. Let's have a look. Sorry, cheating at my own game. So 6, D, 6. D, 6. Oh, no. Cheating, cheating. Very naughty. 10. What's 10? Ten is Fire Warden. Fire Warden Joy. That's similar to my other one. I don't want to just pick one. I haven't got Lighthouse Keeper yet. I haven't got Apothecary. Have we got Troll? I did roll up a Troll Hunter one actually. And I rolled up all the others. Right, I'm gonna do it again. Sorry guys. I'm not. It's not that I'm wanting to cheat. I've done all of these. I've got like a good idea for each of these. I've done thumbnails essentially for all of mine. 2. 6. Merchant again. Okay. Right. Do you know what? We're gonna do it. I got Merchant twice, so I think that's my fate sealed. So we'll just figure it out. Right. I'm gonna quick look at some. What could I do for a Merchant? Let's do a cool one. Let's do like maybe something like a shrew, who's got like a shop. Let's do a cozy one. We'll do a shrew with a bookshop. And he's got like perhaps like big shelves next to him. He's got like a little contain, basically like a little. We could do it as like a little caravan almost. He's like a traveling book salesman. He's like reading his book. He's got a little hat on, little ears. Something like that. Okay, I quite like that idea, like a little book salesman. We could do it as like, because I want to practice a bit more like architectural stuff. I could do it as maybe he's got like a bookshop, but again it's like a big book room, almost like a. He's like a little shrew. And again, he's reading a book. He's got a big chair. And he's got like tons and tons and tons and tons of books all around him. So he's just obviously a happy little shrew. Do some stacked books here. Stacked books here. Oh, I like this idea. This could be a cool one. Daniel, the story in the game is canon. Like James Cameron confirmed, it is kind of canon. Nice. Does it follow James James Sully, or whatever his name is. James Sully, Jake Sully. Or does it follow like a different character? Laser Crow, 2 days ago there was a wasp crawling around my head and also drinking my drink. I couldn't do anything, I was just standing there so it wouldn't sting me. Oh gosh, that sounds terrifying. I think wasps can be fine. It's like especially if it's like a little paper wasp. Obviously they're very aggressive, but I think if you just, like I said, if you just kind of stood still, they're just very chill dudes, aren't they? There's a little sign that says, so you'll have like a little kiosk here perhaps. That's a cool idea. So we can do it as like a view into his like little kiosk, so we can see all the books inside. But outside this will be like a wall. And we'll have a little sign that says like I'll have a sign that says like closed for lunch. And so you kind of have like a little view inside of his house. So maybe he like sells something else, but actually his house is just absolutely full of books and he's just there reading his book. Okay, I'm liking this one. We'll do this one. That's a good idea. Thornix, what a cheaty person. That's definitely Fate sending you a message. It's like, yeah, stop cheating. You have to do this one. Okay, cool. We're going with that. I think that's a cool way to do it. In fact, we'll just use this one as our preliminary sketch. I'm just going to have a quick look on Pinterest. Sorry if you can hear this in my microphone. And see if there's any cool references I can get. So we'll say bookseller. Oh, I mean, the first image I pulled up is perfect. Okay, great. Right, I found a perfect image. In fact, right, so we're going to start again. I found a really good reference image that I'm going to use. Be a bit more accurate with this. Okay. Do a little shrew. This guy's book. He's got some little glasses on. The whiskers. He's like leaning up against a pile of books. He's got his little legs crossed. He's sitting on a step. And then behind him is just like tons and tons of books. And then we could do like outside. There's also like tons of books. And then we'll do it with like I did with the announcement for the collab. We can do it with there's like a bunch of posters outside. Like graffiti. And some more posters. Some little posters. We can do some like wanted posters or something. Some more graffiti. Then he's got like a few steps up to his shop. And he's got he's got other boxes full of books here. Okay, cool. This is a good idea. We're going with this. Are any of you guys drawing for this stream? What are you guys up to? I'm hoping I won't be too tired to finish this stream. Should be able to get most of it done, I think. I'll cut this little shrew out. We'll start with the shrew, because that's the most important part. Picture of a shrew. UK. I'm going to get pure ref up, so I can save a bunch of these images. Oh, shrews are very cute. Funny little faces. Right, those are good pictures. And we'll get merchant. Give a cool outfit. Say 17th century merchant. I'm just looking at a few images here. Get something cool. We'll do it as a bit of a commoner if he's just selling books. 17th century commoner. I know a lot of people didn't read at the time, but I think we still make him look cool. Okay, that's a good one. A bit American, but that's fine. Thing. That was our bookshop. Okay. Lazy Crow, eating right now, but we'll work on the Crow Weaponsmith. Nice. Riffy, actually working on a commission this time, so we'll not be active. Bon appetit. Everyone eating sandwiches and making me jealous again. Riffy, what's your commission for? Okay, are you allowed, I don't know if you're allowed to give us details or. Right, let me start this shrew's face again. Okay. In fact, we'll just erase Mr. Shrew here. Give him a really long, exaggerated nose, because what's the point in doing a shrew if he's not going to have a big nose? as well. Riffy, it's the same as I sent a while ago. Probably share the results with you guys soon. Yes, please. Yeah. Definitely love to see it. Trying to figure out how he would read this book, because obviously his eyes are so small. He'd have to like look at it from one side. That's not bad. His eye a bit small. There we go. And you have returned. Welcome back. What did you miss? Shrew Merchant. Daniel, we're heating up your dinner as well. What are you eating today, Daniel? Get more food envy going in the chat. Pick Daniel, pick now. Big sandwich fans over here. Meatballs. I am jealous now. I'm getting quite hungry actually. I might have to run downstairs and grab my pizza. Sidan got on the craziest call of my life. What's it about? Give him like give him a cool look. We'll do him like sat up against some books. Sat on a little cushion. He's got a really big head. That's okay. Pick taken. I will upload later. If people keep talking about food, I will have to run downstairs and grab my pizza. I might do this shrew a little bit bigger, but do the shop a bit smaller. Perfect. We'll do his whiskers separate. One leg is very long. Okay, that's better. A little better. collar as well to look cool. Do his little mouse fingers. How would you hold a book if it was resting in your lap? Enjoy your meatballs, Daniel. Such a big head. Long legs. If I give him longer arms. That's better. He's only got his nose in the book, but I feel like books weren't designed for shrews, so it would be a bit inconvenient to read, perhaps. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Right. He's going to have some very high socks. So he needs that 17th century look. Okay, right. I'm liking that. So let's start working on these shelves. I don't know if I can cheat here a little bit with. Not going to be flat enough, is it? That's good work. I've got a bunch of like concept arty-ish brushes. So I wonder if I can utilize any of them. Like this one. That just looks like windows. Robbie, I hope your stream is going well. I have to say your mini avatars of sorts are always so detailed. Makes them feel important. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you saying that. When you say mini avatars, do you mean the ones I've just been posting on YouTube and in the Discord recently? Yeah, I've been really trying to do my best with this kind of FAETOBER challenge to get as much done as I possibly can. Do you know, I'm just going to draw the books. I'm being lazy here. So yeah, I'm glad if it's looking kind of cool. That was the aim. So I've tried with each one just to do some extra bits and bobs, like to work on lighting a bit more and things like that. So I feel like there's some. I'm sure it's the same for everyone who does art, but I feel like there's some particular aspects of art which are difficult for each person. And for me, it's like I have difficulty with perspective and things like that, but architectural images are for sure pretty tricky. That's quite cool. What I will do is I'm going to do this big stack. And then I'm going to chop it up and I'm going to utilize it in the background. Big stack. bunch of these. How does this guy's bookshop look? Oh, his looks better. Some of them are thicker. Some of them are thinner. Some of them are very thick. Question: is the shrew a shrewd business person? I like that. Very, very good question. I'll say no. I'll say he probably sells his books for 1 coin for the book. It doesn't matter the book. It doesn't matter the edition. It doesn't matter if it's old or not. He's only in the business, so he has an excuse to read books all day. And he just, his house is above the shop, and he spends all day just chilling. So I would say he's a good businessman. Well, he's a fair bookseller. He just wants to sell books. He doesn't really care. And so if you go to his bookshop, you can get a book for a coin. Focused on this now. I'll fix all of this after, but for now, it's looking okay. A bunch of books at the bottom here. In fact, it should be not so. Be a little bit higher up than here. Okay. To redo these steps and then figure out how it looks. Seems like a peaceful person. I agree. Yeah, I think he's pretty chill. I think he's a cool dude. Right, let's get rid of this. Right, we know the idea, so we can get rid of kind of the preliminary sketches. Where's that other one? Okay, let's get our shrew coloured in first. I'm going to copy this one and just add it. Whenever I find cool brushes, I like to add them into my favorites somewhere. And we're just going to rename it. How do I rename it? Rename, there we go. Books. And then it's good to have it kind of there. I've got a bunch of them, like foliage and trees and like my light brushes, which I use for a lot of like reflections and stuff. And I just randomly found them, or they're part of like the original Procreate like brush library, and I've just used them a lot since. So definitely a good thing to do if you use Procreate. The shrew quite literally has his nose in the book. Nice. Where's our books brush gone? Oops. Yeah, I think everyone's doing so well with these Inktober drawings, and it's crazy how much everyone's managed to get done. I think it's been like a very efficient Inktober. So I'm hoping by the end of it we're gonna have loads. Everyone's gonna have like a lot of kind of stuff to share. So we'll do him sat up against box, perhaps. He's going to have his little hot drink on it. Now, he's a book reader. He's going to be sophisticated, of course. He's going to have a little bottle. Enjoying his lunch with a drink. Nice. Okay. We'll just do these steps. Actually, we'll do them assisted. Isn't working. Oh. Oops. Go. Very focused here. That's sure as well like Megamind. He's got a bit of a big head, yeah. I wanted to do him very shrew-faced like, but he also needs to be a bit of a small boy as well. So he is going to be a bit big-headed, for sure. Super lazy and paint all of these. We'll do like the individual ones after. Do I do the whole thing? easier. Here's a question. Apologies if you already answered this. When a creature turns Fae, their size changes. Also, but like, what if a shrew is a Fae? Are they the same height, or just a bit short? Or elephant big guys compared to a human? Great question. So, essentially, what I've always considered is, when you turn into a Fae, it's a bit like you kind of go to about human size for most Fae, but you know that it kind of varies. So you'll have some which are like 5-6 feet. So what, five? You know, obviously 5 or 6 feet is a big difference, but you'll have some which are like 5 foot, for example, and some which are. I need to fill in these gaps actually. We want loads of space in between. Sorry, distracted myself here. So yeah, you'll have some which are like quite big, but you'll have others which are, yeah, like I said, just about like 5 foot tall or something. So it really does vary a lot depending on the Fae. But most of them will be around 5 foot tall, perhaps, or 5 or 6 feet. It was a big part, actually, of the RPG I wanted to consider. So, essentially, Fae, which are bigger, would perhaps have bonuses to strength or intimidation. So you'd have something like a big badger or something. Whereas animals who are smaller would have a bonus to agility or movement or whatever. So it is a consideration I need to make. But I think it will. I'll definitely explain it, I think, in a future video. A lot of aspects of the acceleration, so different things that have not really been talked about, are to an extent. This isn't lazy world building, but it's to an extent is intentionally not talked about. So it's things like, okay, what happened in the acceleration? What happened? Why did the world end? Things like that. Because I don't want there to be like a kind of specific explanation. It's like where a lot of fantasy does. Oops. Sorry, I'm just going to steal this. So yeah, like a lot of like fantasy movies or shows or whatever do. Why is that see-through? I'm very confused. Why can you see that? You shouldn't be able to see the. Oh, silly me. That's why. So yeah, a lot of these shows will. A lot of these, like, I feel like a lot of fantasy will just not explain stuff. Like Lord of the Rings, I think the films did that, where they have these giant statues on the river. I guess perhaps the geeks for Lord of the Rings will know that sort of stuff better. But when you see it and you don't know about it, you don't really need to know about it, right? It's just like, it's just true and it's cool and it's a part of the world or whatever. So yeah, that's my excuse for not explaining a bunch of this stuff, is because I feel like some of it doesn't need to be explained. It's just how it is. But yeah, like I said, perhaps I'll come around and explain it eventually, but we'll see. Do nice and dark behind you. Oops. A bit darker. Where is it? Procreate does annoy me sometimes, I would say. It's very unintuitive. Come on. Okay, it's busted itself again. Overwhelmed itself. Oh dear. Make a brain for the books, that's right. Smart boy for his smart books. I think I've broken my thing here. Why is it not working? Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. It's better. What we'll do is we'll do a dark layer over the top. We'll do that one. So multiply. There we go. Nice. And then outside, do city walls. So come around to that. So then, I'm back. Small stream today. Yeah, we've got a few people in. We're doing okay. Hopefully for longer this time. Oh, I see. Good, you're back. What was your important call about, Sidan? If you want to share. I'll squash all my books together. I can kind of blend these corners because they are a bit rough. Looks a bit better. A little bit. Shrew read a large tome of knowledge. That's right. Every book he reads, his head gets bigger. Oh dear. So we kind of want this shop to be cozy. Okay. Right. So what we'll do instead is we'll do it a bit shaded, but we'll do it kind of just dark towards the top. It'll be dark at the back there, but then we'll do a nice Gaussian blur here. Oh. Good, very work. Okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Got the top ones, which are kind of a bit darker. The rest of it's nice and bright because it's a joyful image, so we want it to be joyful. Clipping mask. Silent, some random girl I don't know said she wants to be my girlfriend. First, though, I was getting catfished, and then I realised it was legit. Sent me a picture of her face, so I lectured her on the internet safety. Also, I said no. Doesn't even go to the same score. Okay. That does sound like a crazy call. Interesting. Lectures on internet safety, that made me laugh. Good, yeah. Should be educating these people about not sending their face to others completely randomly. Right, we'll do some lettering on some of these books eventually. Some glasses. Well, that'd be very appropriate for a book shrew. I might try and practice a bit of colour theory here. Right, what colour is he? He is brown. So then a good colour would be blue. I'm very bad at colour theory, so it's important for me to practice as much as possible. Of course, he's going to have some nice purple trousers. Maybe we'll make his cushion purple. The little rug that he's sat on. Is it comfy? In fact, we'll do some little yellow trousers. Oops, supposed to make this white. Let's do it a brown colour. It's a bit easier. Daniel, since shrews have a very high metabolism and need to be constantly eating in order to not get their life subscription cancelled, do Shrefu suffer the same condition? I would say no. I would imagine, correct me if I'm wrong here, Daniel, I'd imagine the reason why they need to eat so much is just because they're so small and they're expending a lot of energy, obviously trying to stay alive, but also to just, you know, have energy. So energy spending, getting more energy. So I would imagine it's the same with like mice and other like rodents, but I might be wrong there. Myosotis is not in the chat, so we actually I can't remember who the other biology student was. We had a few of you guys in here. So yeah, I think for a, you know, a little 5 foot shrew, I would say it'd be okay. Yeah, it wouldn't be such a problem, perhaps. We'll figure out the lighting afterwards. I think we got like a good idea here. Right, I'm gonna copy some of these books. What we'll do is we'll move them, make them a bit bigger. They can go in front. Same color. Block this in. Oops. These are like quite white pages, aren't they? We need to make these colours a bit more various. Same with this back one. In fact, if we use my colour jitter brush, be really lazy here. Oops. Okay, let's try that again. What we'll do is we will, yeah, clipping mask it. It's immediately got a lot more interesting colours. And then we will smudge. And the books are kind of like, the colours are kind of in line with the books. Oh, it's immediately more interesting. Nice. Silent, I can relate to the shrew. Yeah, me too. Lazy Crow, Silent, what part of reading shrew or the constant consumption to keeping live subscriptions? Kind of surreal. Tragedy writing. Both Crow. Racing to the top there. I'm getting another call. Daniel, it's related to their heart rate, if I remember correctly. Mice doesn't suffer from it since they are way more big than shrews. Yeah, because shrews are tiny, aren't they? That's interesting. I didn't know that. To show through the lighting that this area is not the same as the one in the front. There you go. So that kind of books in the front. Need to make it more joyous. So what I might do is just have. Oh, I know. So we'll do it as like kind of dark, and maybe he'll have, okay, he'll have like a little lantern. Let's have a look. We'll do a symmetry thing here. Chain. Do a little in fact, I should be lazy here. Let me look up 17th century lantern. Oh, it's much nicer. Okay, so we'll do exactly that. Like that one. There we go, nice and easy. Add this in. Cooling mask, and we'll do it as like a dark metal color. Maybe like a bronzy colour. Let's stand out. Okay, we'll do it in bronze. That's quick and easy. And then, of course, we'll have some lights. Have to redo all this. We'll have to redo all that lighting. That's fine. Laser Crow, Sidan, you don't have the slightest idea how big my pockets of tricks are. These tricks run deep. Daniel, there's this vid about a shrew spending its day eating insects, fruits, and even diving in a small flow of water to catch and eat baby fish and aquatic insects. Oh, nice. Was that like a National Geographic video or like a BBC documentary or something? Laser Crow, I wonder what acceleration moths would do in a library. Oh gosh, yeah. Just eat everything in there. Do you know what? That's actually... One second. I think that's a really cool idea. I'm going to do... I like that idea so much, we're going to add that in. Who said that? That was Laser Crow. It's a great idea. So he's going to have a sign here that says no moths. To practice some discrimination. Oops. Do a better sign than that. It's rubbish. Let's try again. No. Moths. We'll fix the sign afterwards, but I like that idea. Good idea, Crow. Daniel, then going to sleep at night. Okay, so they're very small. I mean, I would say they're not quite snail size. Like a pygmy shrew is like 2 inches long, not including their tail. It's about like 52 millimeters. They're pretty small though. Very cute. I'm just gonna drop that. Twitch. Let's get rid of that. Stream manager. It's banned. Okay, cool. Sorry, just get rid of the nasty spammers. Back and Crows first again. Man, we need Moth Fae. I'm 200% doing one of those in the future. I'd love to see a Moth Fae. It'd be interesting to see people's designs on something like a Moth Fae, because I feel like that would be a cool kind of I don't know, like a concept for like to like conceptualize a moth. It'd be quite interesting. Right, this shrew is not being very safe because he's using candles inside of a very flammable bookshop. That's okay. Living on the edge. I'm sitting at an awkward angle there. So doing symmetry. Whoops. Whoops. Let's turn off the assist. I'll say it's joy for him, but he's a bit of a grumpy shrew. So he's happy that everyone's kind of leaving him alone, I guess. What we'll do is we'll do some, let's do some texture on this wall. Material. Oops. Do a bit of dirt on the wall as well, of course. So it's gonna be like, the idea is joy, but he's gonna be in his like little safe space. So he's gonna feel joy. That's the main idea with this. Daniel, moths use the light of the moon to guide themselves. That's why they attract his lamps. I can see a mother fae community worshipping the moon. That's a cool idea, Daniel. Really cool. I love that. I think there's so many cool options for like dragons or like worshippers of like specific cults, depending on the type of fae you're talking about. But that's a really cool idea. So I finally got to give up. Good for you. Keep her away. Daniel, make the moth being banned from the library. Yeah. One that's like walking away disappointed, perhaps. I can see the moth fae worshipping the moon cycles, and like also worshipping a moth dragon who has a sick name, Mothman. Yeah. I see more something like they who brought light, or the radiance, or sun suddenly pops off wings and roars. I think you get something really cool with like a moon worshipping cult. Right, we need to do a little bit bright around here. Like all the light from down. Back, it needs to be a bit darker, so maybe it's going to have some actually, let's give him a bunch of different little signs. We'll just make this a bit straighter. What's up? Say no. to write a bit neater. Returns. What I was thinking actually is a cool thing we could add in to this is this poster. To do a line ask. Good job, me. Let's duplicate that. Yeah, I was thinking we could add this poster in. Be a cool poster just on the wall. Okay, right. Well, that wasn't perfect. Did it post it upside down? To post it upside down. I have to delete all of that now. That's annoying. Okay, all right. What we'll do instead is we will smoosh all this together. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. What's that? Nice. Combine all that, excuse me. Combine everything. Cool. Then we'll copy this one across. That'll be a bit easier. So we'll do it as like a little Easter egg thing in the corner. So we're going to do like a bunch of posters. Sadan, his big nose must make it hard to read. What if they were sent assisted words of people like him with bad eyesight and good nose, like sent signals in the books? That's a cool idea, like scratch and sniff type of thing. Yeah, I mean, I think it could be. That's a cool. That's an interesting consideration. Like, how would certain fae, have particular. Oops. How would specific fae have particular like interactions with certain forms of art or things like that? I really like that. Might just do these like darker. They do stand out a little bit. That's a bit too dark. Should be good to do a bit more shadows on that. So I missed a bunch of the chat here. So laser quote, radiance from the hollow night. What am I going to do? Fight the sun. Like maybe that can be like the moth cult is just aiming to get to the sun. They're like maybe they're collecting pre-tech and they're trying to do their best to like get a rocket ship or something. I don't know, just to get as close to the sun or the moon as possible. Absolute radiance into the chat. Coffee Pixel, thanks for joining us, mate. Good to have you here. He looks at the sun and blinked first. You Chuck Norris. Just disintegrated by pure light. Let's have a look at your dinner, Daniel. I'm excited to see this. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm very hungry now. I think I can hold off until I finish the stream. Have a late dinner, but I'm not sure. Might not be able to make it. There's no laws against the Fae, Batman. Frederick. Give the little man glasses. He needs them. He's blind as a mole. He does need glasses. What would Fae glasses look like on a Vol? If we do them... Oops. A better circle than that. Across. Oopsie. There you go. Got some little glasses. He immediately looks much more dapper. I like it. That was a good suggestion. Right, let's make him look a bit more volley, in fact. A little bit of pink on him. Lots of little grey, like blondie flecks. Oh, what a handsome little chap. He needs to have little pink ears. Moles are very cute. Sorry, I'm not very talkative today. I think obviously with the bab and everything, a bit tighter. But I'm happy I jumped on because I'm really liking this image. This is coming together quite well. Cool little dude. I want him to stand out a little bit, so what we'll do is we're going to duplicate him. I'm going to stretch him a little. And we're going to select break all of these. Oops. It doesn't really make much sense, but him like sitting at the back reading his book, so that's fine. Glasses give me Redwall vibes. Yeah. Oh, that's a compliment and a half. I love Redwall. Love, love, love Redwall. Daniel, I just had an idea for the acceleration. Sentient fungus. They're this mold IRL that has proven to have some capability of actually thinking without having a brain. It makes paths it makes paths to scan the surrounding area, and then when it finds food, it creates the more efficient pathway to get there. I'll like the video about it and send it to Discord later. It might be cordyceps. We talked about it, I think, in a previous one. And it is something I've considered for the acceleration, like doing like intelligent fungus or plant or something. For now, I'm gonna stick to animals. I think it will be cool to do something like fungus at some point, and also like plants or like inanimate objects or something. I think it'd be cool. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to plants. I think the main idea is I want it to be quite recognizable, because I would like for, some coherency between like a lot of my art and stuff. So I would like for my art to be kind of instantly recognizable. So I think it will mostly stick with animals for now. But I might go into that. I've said a few times on stream that if I do like a TTRPG, I'm going to be a bit more experimental. So if I did like supplements, they might introduce new races, such as like plant folk, or like pre-tech androids, like drones, that you could, like as a playable character and things like that. I think could be a cool option, potentially. But we'll see. Call the sentient mold Nurgle. Yeah. Love me some Nurgle. Papa Nurgle. No, bard is not cordyceps. Not everything is cordyceps. I don't know mushrooms, Daniel. Everything to me is cordyceps. I love Last of Us. Cordyceps are cool and scary. I don't know other funguses. That's the only one I can think of. In the Grim Darkness of the 41st millennium, the slime still feeds. Absolutely. Since when you joined, you're bringing in the viewers. So done. Daniel, the ears has caps because my phone changes in caps. I feel you. My phone is a bit naughty when it comes to spell check and grammar check and corrections. 17th century posters. Oh god, they're a lot more complicated than I thought. Do you know, I might cheat here and I might just steal a bunch of these off the internet. Steal, I mean, get some, obviously, copyright free ones that are in like the public domain, and add them to the wall. I think that could be like a cool thing to add. But yeah, so we'll work on that later. What's this? Don't need that. Right. I'm liking this. This is looking pretty cool. Let's make these a bit darker as well. Oops. Should go all the way to the steps. Oh, he's happy in his little book nook. Fix the. Why is that so dark? Okay, that's why. There we go. Oh, this is looking pretty good. He looks quite happy in his little bookshop. Like I said, I think when there's loads of posters all over the wall, it'll look a bit more dramatic. Let's do these stairs. Where are they? Here they are. Sort these stairs out. Let's do them nice and bright red first, so we know what we're working with. Need to do the black outline of the doorway. I'm just going to do it in wood, so it's like a wooden door, and perhaps behind, like next to him, he's got like shutters or something. So when he does go to bed, eventually, he just locks it behind shutters. It's not stealing, but it's collecting references. I like that. I think, especially when it's stuff in the public domain, you see it a lot with like maybe some of the other guys in chat who know concept art a bit better. I think a lot of people like that would use stuff in the public domain, you know, 3D models or historical imagery and things like that, because, you know, why not? It's there to be used. Might as well. So what we'll do, see if this works. But let's get rid of that. Okay, let's not get rid of that. We'll see if this works. I'm gonna paint over this with a texture. Texture we're gonna choose is this one. Okay, alright, we'll do the next one. So then it's like steps kind of stand out from one another. See if, oh, this looks good. Okay. bit of experimentation is always good. There's one thing I found. I think I've only done. I think I said before. I've only done Inktober once before, or only completed it once before. I've done it a bunch of times. But I think every time I do it, I try to experiment. And I think it always works out as a bit of a learning opportunity, which is great. Okay, looks a bit different. What we'll do as well is we'll have some shadow on it. Oops. The light's kind of hitting it at the top here. Perhaps it doesn't quite reach all the way. There you go. Like I said, the outside's going to be dark as well. So we do big rectangle here. Invert. And do... Oh. Again, we'll get rid of the... It's already done this one. In fact, yeah, that's fine. That's looking quite cozy, right? These signs need to be coloured because they would not be put together nice and easy. Oops. Oops. What do you guys think? I think it's looking quite a little cozy setup for this guy. Not bad, not bad. Why is that? Oh, I see. I suppose all of that would be dark as well. Then what we can do is do like a little edge light all the way around. Not super realistic, it wouldn't like bend around, but just look cool. Lots of shadows. doesn't really make sense. Whatever. I don't know who I would put into the acknowledgements of my book. That's kind of sad. Oh, this was good to think about. I've thought about that actually. If I ever wrote a book, who would I write acknowledgements to? I think very often it's just whoever's inspired you, right? Or who's supportive. Family and people like that, perhaps. More shadow underneath here. So I think once all the signs and everything are in, it's going to look quite cool. Maybe do some highlights on the top of his head. Maybe we just... No, we'll do that normal. Putting a bit of reflected light in all of my images, if you haven't noticed. Just for fun. Just for fun. I don't need there. Put on his glasses there. No, that's fine. I shall baptize the shrew as Booknook the Librarian. That is a great name. That will be his name. Booknook the Librarian. Knowledge is power, and power is dangerous in the hands of people. Sidon, the generic dictator. You're pinging yourself. Blank, thanks for joining us. Blank, you obviously, I think your username in the Discord is Astrum Drake, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. No, I didn't even realise before when you were posting in on my YouTube. I didn't even realise it was you on there. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you here. That's fine. Perhaps we'll have it here instead. Do it here as well. Look at this guy. I feel like it's a bit different to the other images we've done so far as well, right? I think I do have quite a 2D style of drawing, but I don't know, it's a bit different, a bit cozy, just chilling with his books in the book nook. I liked it. Hats and frog heads. Hello. Drop the law on why Sidan is called Sidan. I love that your username is Sidan, and that it's the main character in your book. Is it like this Sidan? Does he have any of your personality traits, Sidan, at all? Have you taken inspiration from yourself at all? I hope that's not insulting, because I know he's a dictator. Nice pillow he's sitting on. So I'll do some. In fact, I've got a nice brush for this. Where is it? It's a bit too flat. Too flat. Gonna run out of layers soon. Bit funky. I did have a nice one. Where is it? Abstract. Textured. Ah, it was this one. Here we go. Smaller. Same size. Let's try again. There you go. Nice comfy pillow there. We'll just also do at it. We'll do some texture on this wood. Nice. I think texture pens are so useful. I feel like some people consider it cheating, but it's so fast and it looks great a lot of the time. I try not to use it too much because I feel like it becomes quite recognizable if you're just constantly using it. Like I use the fern patterns quite a lot, so I'm trying to use them a little bit less, but it just makes such a massive difference. Just use it on this one. Do darker smudges. There you go. Quick and easy. It has something to do with Poseidon. The bard has a friendly voice. Thank you. Why did you join the Discord? I was originally seeing someone else world project. They have quite a detailed one. Nice. I'd say if you have any recommendations, Blank, about people's world building projects, I think everyone here would be happy to hear them. It's always good to see what other people are working on for sure. Bit of grit to these. Oops, I'm crossing over. I'm liking this. Looking pretty good. I'm seeing several world-building projects. Only go to one stream though. Oh, I feel very privileged, Sidan. Thank you for that. Honestly, it's good to have you guys here every week. I think I wouldn't be doing so much art if I didn't have you guys here to motivate me. So it's very, very nice. Not an exaggeration at all. It is honestly makes a massive difference, I would say. Where's that coming from? Ah. Right. I think that's looking pretty good. Like I said, I think once the posters are up there on the wall, it's gonna look quite good. So I'm gonna try and do a few like 17th century ones. Maybe a bit more graffiti. Maybe I could do like a little shrine or something. I'll figure something out. I'll add it on. Like I said, I think this will be. I'm posting the goose one tomorrow. So this is my FAETOBER one for tomorrow. I don't know if anyone saw this at the start. If everyone was in. So this will be the one I'm doing tomorrow, which is Goose Cook Greedy. This one I'll do for the day after. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit by doing it in advance, but I don't know. I feel like it's fair enough. It's not too disingenuous to be doing a little bit in advance as well. A happy little book nook vol. I joined Bracken's Bards to participate in the Inktober challenge, see other world-building projects, and show my own. Nice. Well, I'm glad you joined. You'll definitely be a big participant in the Inktober blank, so it's good to have you there. How do you know about projects and stuff? The world-building project I originally saw on Discord was Empire of Perina. Empire of Perina. I've seen this before. It's like a dragon-based one. I think you might have told me about this blank, perhaps, or someone else did. Back and Bard told me in YouTube comments. Yeah, I think I invited you over, didn't I? Laser Crow, it helps me too, Bard friend. I like drawing. It helps me be calm. Nice. Oh, I'm glad it works out. Yeah, me too. It's a good way to kind of chill, just to feel quite relaxed. Nice drawing skills, Bard. Thanks, Blank. Daniel Moff enters the library. Shrew, listen here, lad. Put some glass on the table. These hands are ready to eat for everyone. It was like, I can't remember what it was. It was, I was looking through the Avatar, like the Last Airbender TTRPG, and they have a whole page on discrimination, and I think it's like an important thing to do with lore, and I feel like that would be a big part of the TTRPG for the acceleration is who hates who, and so, okay, Book Nook Vol hates, or Shrew, sorry, hates moths because they eat his books, but for example, deer would hate wolves, they would hate probably cats and things like that. Mice would hate cats, and you'd have all these like forms of discrimination. Cats would hate dogs, even as fae. So that these natural hatreds, perhaps. I think it'd be an interesting role-playing opportunity. Simon, anyone seen The Long Walk? Not yet. That's the Stephen King book that was turned into a film recently, right? I think it looks very, very good. Right, guys. I think I'll finish up there for today. I think we did quite well. Obviously, just going from rolling that up. I think it's managed to get quite far. So, like, the original idea... So it came from that original sketch, right? Like, looking through the window, and then the Pinterest one. And then slowly developed to where it is now, which I think is quite a good transition. So from our initial sketch, this one, to here. Like I said, not finished yet. I've still got a few details and stuff to add on, like the posters. But I think once it's done, I think I'm gonna be quite happy with that. It's quite again a bit of a different one, which is the main goal of this project. Really good. So now I've got 40 pages on discrimination. Daniel, basically cats hated by every fae that was originally a small prey animal. So I originally had a plan when I right at the start of the acceleration, like what roles fae would have in society, and I feel like cats would be leadership roles. Like they'd either be mob bosses or they'd be politicians for sure, because they're like very suave, very convincing, but people don't really trust them. I think they make for cool kind of gangsters for sure. No one of Sidon hates everyone except for his son. Oh, good father-son relationship then. Different. That's the difference with your Emperor Sidon versus the Emperor from 40k. I think he was not a good dad. That one from 40k. Oh, right. I'm tired. Thanks for joining, everyone. I appreciate you guys being here. Bit of a tired stream today, but I think we managed to get him pretty much all finished. Like I said, it's just the details to add on now. I am going to be streaming hopefully every Wednesday. It might be a shorter stream next week. Like I said, the new Bard baby is the Bard cub is sleeping quite well, but only because we are not sleeping well. And I don't know if any of you guys are parents, but it changes a lot month to month, so we'll see how it goes. But I think that was quite a productive stream. It still worked out quite well. Lazy quote, what about foxes? Yeah, so foxes I think would perhaps fill a similar role. Like, again, quite untrustworthy. Maybe like more like con men. Foxes would be like snake oil salesmen and things like that, just convincing people of things and it not being true. Son is also a horrible father, just loves one of his two sons. I remember one of your short stories about him being nasty to one of his sons, I think. Gangster cats, exactly. Right, so we're going to finish up there for today, guys. Thanks again for joining. Oh, Daniel, you're off too. I think good time to finish up. Good to have you all on the stream. Really appreciate you all guys being here again. Thanks again, Daniel, Blank, Sidon, Lazy Crow. Who else do we have in today? We had Coffee Pixel drop in as well. We had Riffy and anybody else? I think Throndix was in for a little bit as well. But yeah, thank you all guys for being here, keeping me company and helping me to finish up. Just remember, guys, if you manage to finish 50% of the project of the FAETOBER, so that's 7 images or 7 short stories, you get the new title. And I think the title is going to stay the same, unless anyone else wants to vote on the little my brain's not working now. The little poll that we've got set up. It's currently tied, a 3-way tie. So if it doesn't change, it's going to go back to what it was originally, which is FAETOBER Badger 2025. So I'd say have a look on the poll if anyone wants to vote on that. But I would say I think a few of you guys have finished it already and got all the way to number 7. So great work. I would say try and push through it Obviously, if it's going to be too much, don't worry too much about it. But you know, if you feel like you can do it, then I would say definitely would be a good one to try and finish up. And it'd be good to see everyone's kind of progress from the start to the finish as well. But fantastic work, everybody. Think about the movie Bad Guys. I haven't seen that yet. I've heard actually quite good things. Thronix, great stream like always. Couldn't talk much because of work, Sally, but thanks. Still have a great week. Thanks for being here, Thronix. Appreciate it. Also, the ones he loves is V5. The other died. Oh dear. Fox discrimination. The foxes are discriminated across the world. They are jerks. To be fair, they eat everybody's chickens and stuff. But I will see you guys either in the Discord or next Wednesday for sure. Goodbye, Bard. Sleep tight, Bard. Good night, everyone, especially you, Bard, with your mini badger. Thanks. Appreciate that. You did 9 short stories. Okay, you're smashing out. You've definitely got you've earned your role then blank for sure. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, guys, or day, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever you are in the world, and I will see you on the Discord or next week. Right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.